Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the multi-consumer products playthrough of Stellaris using the MegaCorp DLC. One thing that is a concern to me right now is the mineral deficit I'm running. I did look around a little bit, and one thing I could do is come in here, and there is a corporate building we could build that would produce 10 minerals, so that may be able to turn us around in that regard. Unfortunately, I need minerals to be able to build it, so that's a little bit of a problem. Now, we could look at the market here, and we don't quite have the energy credits to buy minerals, but we could buy the 500 minerals that we need to produce that. It did take, I think it was 360 was the time, so that is a little bit of a time frame that we're going to have to wait. Right now, though, one thing I'm going to want to do, because I'm swimming in alloys, which is probably the reason why we're running the mineral deficit that we are, because we are consuming a lot of minerals to produce alloys and other things as well, but that's one of the main things. But building up the different star bases, from a defensive standpoint, we can hold on to some of the choke points. Like, this system's a fairly important one, but we can also, this is our main concern. This empire is pretty powerful. So we could build up Gorham, which is a nice choke point. It's going to stop them from being able to get into this part of our empire. And then Zaffa would probably be the other one, because the two ways that this empire, or I guess I should say 3 ways that this empire can get in on us, is from this way. So we already talked about building up this starbase. Down from here, they could go either this way into Gorham, or they, of course, they could branch over here, but eventually they're going to have to get into Gorham anyway. Or they could go through our subsidiary over here. We can't really do anything to build them up and make them more defensive, but if they do go through here, they will eventually get to Zaffa, which, if we block off, will stop them from getting into the heart of our empire. So those are our 2 really important choke points. So I think first we start with the Rudra station, which is just an important one for us. We're going to upgrade that to a Starhold. We'll do the same thing at Gorham, which we already discussed. And then we're going to build up Zaffa Station as well. And this will also help us protect some of the trade lanes and what have you, so that will be fairly important for us. We do have piracy going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to bring my fleets together, so that's going to take time, and I'm going to have to organize them as well. Now, as far as defenses go, we already have one defense platform here. I also have some tech that should be coming out soon that we may want to use as barrier point defense. And once that comes out, which it's not that far away if I remember seeing this, yeah, 16 months away. Once that happens, I am going to want to get in the ship designer, as there's going to be ships to redesign. I think I have at least one other piece of tech, maybe more, that needs to be utilized into these ship designs anyway. So that would be, I think, a good time to do it. So that's more or less everything that's going on at the moment. And hopefully we can just get these minerals turned around. I may end up having to build some mining on one of my planets, because all the mining that I have right now is being worked. So that is something we may want to do. Where would we want to do it more? Possibly at Regulus Prime, because at Regulus Prime, I mean, we have the same number of jobs being required in either place, but also housing is a little bit of a concern on Regulus Prime versus Hicklum over here, which has a little bit more housing. Curiosity. What is required to upgrade this? Oh, just the minerals. Okay. And we need minerals to be able to produce the mining as well. It's cheaper here because of this guy. We kind of need the housing, although the thing that we're building, the planetary capital, will give us that, so maybe not as big of a concern. And I could also push population other places. So you know what? I think I will build it here. We can't afford it yet, but I think that's going to be our easiest way to get rid of this mineral deficit. So let's just go ahead and go in. You know what? Let's wait just a little bit, though, and get the next couple ticks of income so we can get more minerals.
Incoming transmission.
Oh, let's see. We got So that's something that already happened. Commercial Pact Invitation. Who's this going to be? Oh, cool. The Imperium of Reverse. So they have already done something that I'm actually glad they did. So they offer this to me. Now, the downside is they've been in friendship with these guys here, which is another MegaCorp, for quite some time. So I'm going to guess the juicier spots. I don't know if there's an easier way to look at these planets. I guess not. We're going to have to look at them individually. Yeah, so there's already a base here. I'm going to guess there's already a base in the capital. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. And that's going to be the one that's the highest value. So that was the one we would want. This one's a little closer. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this is an establishing colony, so there's nothing there. So that's going to be something we're going to want to keep an eye on. We check those two. What about Nunki? Yep, a base there. And the newer planets are not going to be worth as much, too, so... Okay, yeah, one there. So yeah, they've kind of beat me to this. But there may be a couple... Yeah, so here's one that we could establish. We can't afford it, though. And one of the things that's going to really hurt me here is distance. The ones that are closer have already been taken up. Except for that establishing colony. We could afford the influence, though. It's mostly the energy credits, which we need for other reasons. So, at the moment, that's kind of a hard sale, but eventually that's something we could do. And this is the last planet. Okay, so there's nothing here as well. So these newer planets have not yet been... they haven't built any corporate offices, but we do have to consider that these guys are competing with us. But there are other benefits to having that. That should drive up our trade value as well, just as it would with this other guy here. We're in a similar agreement with these guys. They're a MegaCorp, so we can't do anything with it, but we do gain the benefits of the higher trade value, which is good. We're trying to be friendly with these guys so that we only have to worry about this border up here. And potentially these guys, but I think they're mostly neutral and are going to leave us alone unless somebody pays them to come after us. So, yeah, we'll be fine. And we did previously get into non-aggression packs and stuff. Okay. So, I just also want to make sure nothing... okay, I was about to say, make sure nothing's milling around, not doing things. Possible reason I am milling around not doing things, though, is the lack of minerals. I'm going to go ahead and send the construction ship over here, though, because we do have the alloys we may want to pick up them there. All right, let's see about the market now. So we can buy this. It would put us down to almost no energy credits, which is not necessarily the best situation, but we need the minerals, so let's go ahead and grab it while we can. And then what I'd like to do, and the fleet's moving around and stuff as well. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to collapse that for now until more stuff gets built. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. So I think we decided that we wanted Regulus Prime just for the housing. We were going to build the mining district. And then what I'll do is I'll probably move population from Hicklum over here once it's done. Because by then, there's a pretty good likelihood that over in Goroth we have more population coming in. Yeah, quite possible. And if that's the case, we may actually run out of housing over here. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. Probably we'll send robots rather than people, because that's probably just going to be the easier thing to move. But more than likely what I'll do is I'll send probably the farmers. Although food is a little bit of a concern, it's less of a concern than minerals are at the moment. Yeah, so I'll probably send over one of these robots that's currently a farmer, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's continue. I'm not too familiar with the hostile takeover. I guess we could look at that. So let's sort. It's actually probably interesting to see where we are. Communicate. Just looking through to see if we can do migration treaties or anything like that. But if we were to Oh yeah, I can't declare war, so it doesn't really matter because we're in a non-aggression pact. But I would have liked to see what exactly the details of the hostile takeover are, because that's one of the obviously new Casus Bellis, and I think it's MegaCorp to MegaCorp is what you're looking at. All right, well, let's continue nonetheless.
Detritus analyzed.
Okay, and we're doing a little bit of improved deflectors. That could be good. And with these kind of things, if you get enough research progress on this, you can just get the tech for free without actually having to research it yourself, which is pretty cool. So yeah, my 2 science vessels are doing the various debris pickup, and then I have the one going on a research project here to finish up that one project tree. Yeah, but these guys are our main concern. If we look at, we got a migration treaty, I think, coming in. Either it's somebody else or, what are their name again? They are those guys, yeah, these guys here. So their fleet power is overwhelming. That's actually changed. I think last time I looked, it was superior. So they're continuing to build up their fleet power, which is the reason why I'm concerned about them. They also have a higher technology level, which is also concerning. So, yeah, this is not really related to us, so okay, we're getting level ups. That's good. All right, so the fleets have mostly settled down. So I have a couple destroyers sitting there. Those guys are also there. You have you guys, so a couple destroyers there, and the anchor is going over there. Okay. Alright, well, you two. So it's 2 destroyers. We have the frigate and a destroyer here. And what is the anchor consist of? So we've got 1 destroyer and 9 corvettes. You know what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the ocean kind of just stay as it is. Oop. But the title I'll have go group up with where the anchor is gonna end up. And I would like to look at how our trade is doing. Okay, so the main one we're concerned about right now is Eludra. So we managed probably to stamp out a lot of the piracy just by having my fleets in certain positions. But Eludra, we have a decent amount of piracy in these 2 areas, so we'll see what we can do about that. Building up the star bases will help.
Detritus analyzed.
Okay, another one of these. So continuing to get the improved deflectors, which I will look forward to. And getting a little bit of research as well. You know, does push us along to where we can maybe redesign some things. But yeah, the trade, getting the trade in control, that's going to help us
complete.
Quite a bit with income. Okay, so Regulus Prime just finished their mining building. So let's go over to Goroth now. And population hasn't yet come, but I think for sure what we're going to do is we're going to grab, as I said, one of these farmers. And, oh yeah, we do resettle now. So resettle. And then we find the farmer. We don't want it to be Hicklum. We want it to be Regulus. Yeah. Okay. Then the farmer, that's a robot, this one. Okay, just the one population for now. I'm hoping it's not like a job thing where a farmer can't take a mining job. I really hope that's the case. Not the case, I mean. I guess if we have him working as a farmer, it's not the end of the world.
Detritus analyzed.
Alright, and that should be the last of that. So our science ship no longer has anything to do. Oh. I guess I am incorrect on that. There is some debris. Where is that debris? Oh, right nearby you. Okay, go research that. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Goroth here. We just had a population come out, but it replaced the one we just moved. See, moving miners doesn't make any sense because all that's going to do is make it so that we're losing minerals in one place and gaining it in another. So I'm going to try and move more population just to see if we can push it. So same thing here. We're going to grab Regulus Prime. And we're going to grab the robot farmer and send it along. And hopefully, if I look at Regulus Prime, that actually, yeah, okay, so somebody got pushed into mining, which is what we want. Okay. We now, because we pushed population over, we now have the ability to build a building here. I'm not sure what it is we're going to build, but I'll figure it out. Whatever it is, we want to do something that doesn't turn one resource into another. So commercial zone is a thing we could do. Let's see. Let's just go through them one at a time. We don't want alloy. We don't want a chemical plant. Civilian industry, that turns minerals into consumer goods. We don't want that. Commercial zone, possible. Energy grid, possible. Hollow theaters turns consumer goods into Unity amenities. We don't have one of these yet, and could be good for us. This is housing and amenities, so that could be good. Precinct houses, we don't have one of these yet in the area. Will produce Unity and decreases crime. We don't have a problem with crime in this area, so it's not as big of a priority. Research lab can always be good, because it gets us research points, something that we're not producing in this system at the moment. And then resource silos, that mostly is just going to give us more resource capacity, which is not something we really need. And we have soldiers, which give us naval capacity, and that's pretty much all they do. That could be good for us, but I think I'm more interested in something like, for example, the research labs. We need to turn that research deficit between our enemy and us, so I'm going to go with the research lab. Oh, that might have been a mistake. You know what? Let's hold on that. I know it's tempting to do stuff, but right now we have to turn our mineral situation around, so we'll hold. Okay, so that one miner has helped us. So all we need to do is just grow our population, really.
Combat detritus reprocessed.
Okay.
For a cleaner galaxy.
So that should be the last of the different research projects we have for the science ship. So what do we want to do here? We've already kind of explored over here. There's some area we could explore up here. But it's probably going to be limited because these guys I don't think are going to let us in. Yeah, it's closed borders. So that's a problem. I may have some anomalies that I haven't yet taken care of. There was anomalies in here. There was an anomaly, I think, in Gorham, but I think I already did that one. Yeah, okay, so that's all the anomalies. We could survey stars that are nearby us just to do it, like Voon and what have you. Because I'm struggling to think of what else we can do as our science vessels right now. We could go over and survey whatever this star is. Because it's kind of close to where we are. Yeah, sure, why not? Survey that system. Gives them something to do.
Special project actualized.
Alright, Arinthi secure. The small rodent-like creature known as Arinthi are native to such and such, where the habitat extends across most of the planet's diverse climatic regions. They breed at an extremely rapid rate and seem to have a particular fondness for chewing on electrical cables. Procuring specimens was not a problem. In fact, after the initial creatures were collected, more of them made their way onto the MCPS such and such by hitching rides on the science ship's orbital shuttles. Exactly why the Museum of Exobiology requested Arinthi specimens remains a mystery. Okay. Specimens secured. All the specimens asked for by the Museum of Exobiology have been secured. The museum has grown to a massive facility where artificial gravity generators and atmosphere processors are used to simulate the environments of over a dozen worlds. Visitors are journeying from all across the multi-consumer products to see all its wonders. So we get a bunch of research, influence, and other things. The energy credits and the Unity are going to be amazing. Okay. Well, this is going to be a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is MouseGunner, signing out.